For one, this is for my fucking own like purposes. You know, I do these videos, man, just to keep a little storyline for myself. But at the same time, you know, if anybody wants to watch and follow along with the story, bro, feel free, man. Right here, we're in week one of season number four, coming off a 15-1 season where we finally won the chip in this league. The first two seasons did not go as planned. Season one was 10-6, missed the playoffs. Season two, we finished 11-5 on a 7-game win streak and still missed the playoffs. It was a crusher right there, bro. And we were determined the next season to improve the team and get to the playoffs, bro. That was the main goal, was just to get to the playoffs. If we could get in, you know, I felt like we had a chance to, you know, go all the way, and that's exactly what we did, man. We took nothing for granted this season. Well, last season, went 15-1. Our only loss was to a division rival, and that was literally by I think 5 points. Um, but it is what it is, man. We pretty much we addressed the issues on the team that we needed to address, because we were not making the playoffs. We had pretty favorable picks in the draft. And you know, we used those picks, primarily. The first round pick last season was on this guy right. Excuse me, was on this guy right here, Luis Galindo. Unfortunately, he does have slow development right now for whatever reason. Madden is going to Madden. Um, at the end of the year, he hit his tier 3 goal, which is 4,200 pass yards, and he got slow development for that. Like, you know, it's just one of those things where like, Madden got you. You know, it is what it is. There's another interesting story about development, and I'll get to on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah, man, the captain of the ship, bro, Patrick Mahomes, has done his thing. Uh, Unfortunately, the stats don't really depict it. But he played at an MVP caliber, bro. He did not win MVP. He has made the Pro Bowl 2 years in a row. Um, and you'll see his numbers, bro. Man, like it's not great. I mean, the QBR is fucking amazing. 120.4, 42 touchdowns. But we did throw 23 picks and took 87 sacks, bro. But I can attribute that to playing in the AFC West, where you're playing against the likes of Joey Bosa, and they drafted another guy, top 10. You got two great pass rushers over there. You got the Raiders with Khalil Mack, and you know the way he likes to send blitzes. Um, and then the Broncos as well, Von Miller. Like, you know, when you play in that division, but you're gonna take your fair share of sacks. But 87 is definitely way too high. We're definitely gonna look to get that number down this year. And later in the year, bro, like we really toned down on the sacks, especially in the playoffs as well. And you'll see why. Look with the O line. But there's Mahomes' stats, there's his player card and all that good stuff. We're gonna get to the O line, bro. Like I said, we took Galindo in the first round. Second round was Mebane. Now the interesting thing about this season, when I gave up 75 sacks the season before, I made it you know, a point of contention in the offseason to address offensive line. So we got rid of Mitchell Schwartz at right tackle, who had given up 30 sacks by himself in season two. We brought in Donovan Smith. Now, when we got him in here, bro, he was not that great. He was like a 77 or 78 overall, but I saw potential in him, and I knew I was going to develop O line because I was going to draft O line in that draft. So I picked him up, you know, and immediately stuck him at right tackle, and that's exactly where he started out the season. But he missed, I believe, 6 games. Yeah, he missed 6 games in this season, which then inserted this guy right here, Alan Mebane, into the starting spot. Um, and because he was starting and I needed him to perform well, I put him as a focus player. You know, so he was getting, you know, extra XP every week and blah 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 blah. Galindo, the first round pick of last season, um, he missed 4 games. So I had a rotation of guys in here, bro. I had Breland, who was also, you know, a late round pick. Obviously he's not that great, but he did start 7 games this season. I think 4 at left guard and then 2 at left tackle. Because also Eric Fisher was injured at one point in the season. He missed about 3 or 4 games. And I actually had Andrew Villanueva playing left tackle. That was a travesty. That was bad. But yeah, we had a ton of injuries across the board, man. 2 players that have not been injured for this offensive line, knock on wood, is the center Mitch Morse, which we cannot afford to lose because this young man has 92 strength, 90 awareness. He's a pretty good blocker as well. So we really cannot afford to lose him. Laurent Duvernay Tardif is probably the weak spot of the offensive line at this point, but he's still pretty solid, man. 90 strength, 70 agility, 86 pass block, all solid numbers, man. He's 320 pounds, so that's key for the run game. But back to Breeland here. Breeland, and it was an interesting thing last season where I was given an option to bring back Eric Fisher one game early or keep him in as a starter and he would get double XP. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's just actually see if this works. So I actually put Breeland as my focus player for that week, and sure enough, he had like 4,000 XP because he got double. So he's a focus player. I did an O-line training drill, and he literally got like 4,000 XP that one week. So that's pretty dope that actually does work. I've never really looked into it, of course, because in previous Maddens you didn't get injuries on your offensive line. But yeah, tight end position, like I said, last season we had Kyle Rudolph make the Pro Bowl with 9 touchdowns and I believe about 700 or 800 yards off of like 50-something receptions. He regressed way too low. He was 72 speed, I believe, or 73. And I decided to, go with the guys that we had on roster, and we did decide to pick up one guy here. But Crockett Gilmore is going to be the starter. He's an excellent run blocker, bro. 78 run block is pretty damn good. Impact block is only 68, but that's fine. He's got, stiff arm is solid, stamina. He's not really a guy that's going to stretch the field vertically. He's really in there to catch underneath passes and be a blocker. That's what tight ends is. Tight ends are what they used to be. We do have a little vertical threat here, 6'7" guy with 81 speed, 84 spec catch. The rest of his numbers are trash, but we're definitely going to see what we can do with this guy because his height can cause some problems for defenses. Glenn Ogle has been on the team for this is his 3rd season as a tight end number 2 or 3. But here he is, 78 speed, 80 catching traffic. He's a solid run blocker, 75. But he's going to get some playing time here and there. But yeah, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this shit, bro. Year 1, we traded for Laquan Treadwell at the trade deadline. We picked up a very, very raw receiver. It took so long to get him to the point where he is right now, where I feel confident with him running routes and stuff like that. For the most part, I was throwing picks at this guy because he would slip on his routes or not run his routes precisely, and corners would jump it. But we got him to a point now where we're confident with his abilities and his release. I think it started out at 70 or something insane like that. But in the role that he's playing now, he plays that slot or number 3 receiver very, 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 very well. Tyreek Hill, of course, is Tyreek Hill, 97 speed. You pair that with Patrick Mahomes' 97 throw power, and you really only have a couple ways that defenses can play you when he's lined up outside. We do have a couple young guys here on roster. 86 speed, not great, but he's got 85 spec catch, 82 route run, which is all solid numbers. The reason he's still in the squad is that 91 elusiveness and 84 ball carrier vision, as well as 53 run block, which is good. We also have Kwame Jackson here, 88 speed. He's not great, but he's, like I said, he's an underneath receiver, elusive guy, punt returner type. 95 stamina is also pretty good, 91 juke. And we got this guy over here, Darren Miller. Let me take a little sip of this water real quick. I'm finally getting my voice back, bro, from being over this cold that I've had for like 5 days. But here we go, another wide receiver here, a 6th wide receiver on the roster, bro. Another 88 speed guy, 80 spec catch, 91 elusiveness, 92 juke, 60 stiff arm. All good numbers, man. All good numbers. Here's the steal of the draft last season, bro. Hassan Brooks. When I tell you, just look where I drafted this guy, bro. This is a 32-man league, man. Like, you don't get much better than this in a 32-man league to draft this guy where I got him. 3rd round, 30th overall, bro. Like, that, the late 3rd round pick, that is insanity that this man was there, bro. 70 catches, 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. And you can see that he earned it by being an elite wide receiver, bro. Like, he caught passes underneath. He caught a few, maybe a few bombs here and there. But for the most part, that's reserved for Tyreek Hill. So he had to work for his yards, bro. A lot of his yards is yards after catch. 91 speed, 95 acceleration, 92 agility, 89 release, 94 spec catch right now. Is definitely going to be going up soon. 81 awareness is solid. 89 jump is solid. 88 ball carrier vision. 60 run block, 61 impact block. This guy is like literally Terrell Owens, bro. Like literally Terrell Owens. And he's balling out, man. 70 catches, 14 touchdowns in his rookie season, bro. Unfortunately, he did not get the quick development upgrade. You know, it is what it is, though. I believe he did make the Pro Bowl. There it is. I mean, you can't really deny those numbers. But yeah, that's it for the offense, bro. We're gonna stroll over to the defense in just a second. Before I do that, I do want to talk about our halfback here, who is technically our halfback for the next 3-4 seasons, man. Until he goes down to like 84 speed, I'll keep using Kenneth Dixon because he's effective for me. For whatever reason, I could not get it going with Kareem Hunt. Now, mind you, I did not have the offensive line that I have now currently. But if you take a look at Kareem Hunt's stats, bro, like they're not very, very good. His first season was the best, 799 yards and 11 touchdowns, 5.6 a clip. The next season, it was just pretty bad, bro. It was pretty bad. Like, I could not get any running lanes, man. Aside from one 69-yard run, I think that was the only time that the only game that he was over, I think, 4.5 yards a carry. So, it was pretty bad. We decided to go in another direction for the next season, which is Kenneth Dixon. And you can see his numbers here in just a second. He balled out for me, bro. And like I said, I don't value halfbacks as high as other people do. Like, you know, like they're going and drafting these guys at a 95 speed because they ran, you know, the best combine and stuff like that. I don't need that fast guy. I just need a guy that can hit the holes on time. You know, keep the offense on schedule. 916 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5.2 a carry. That's key. Also adds 33 receptions right there as well. But yeah, bro, 5.2 yards a carry. Can't really deny that, man. We're going to go ahead and get over to the defense now. Now, the defense does look a lot different than what it did before. Unfortunately, I did have to release Justin Houston. I saved $16 million in cap by doing so in his final year of his contract. And that was all done because I was actually in a bidding war with the rest of the league, really, for Danielle Hunter. He wound up signing a $217 million deal. I wasn't going to pay him that. Then the next guy that we thought was pretty coveted was Yannick Ngakoue. He also garnered a $90 million contract. I was not going to pay that. So we decided to go with the next tier down. We picked up Matt Judon. Really, really cheap. Got him really, really cheap for the low. I think we got him for about $12 million over 3 years. Something like that. Matter of fact, let me just go ahead and see what we signed him for because I can't remember right offhand. Yeah, there it is. $5 million for 2 years. Pretty fucking good deal. Considering the fact that he's really only a placeholder, he's a stopgap guy. Unfortunately, at this point in his career, he can't really be developed into the beast that he could have been. With his size, his speed, his strength, he really could be an elite pass rusher. But you know, wherever he was with the Ravens, just did not work out for him. But we do have guys on our bench that are coming along very, very well. Malcolm Baker here. 6'5", 255, 89 power move already. We're just half a season away from him being an elite pass rusher, bro. Once we get that power move up to 90 plus, we start hitting that play rec and awareness up. You know, he's pretty much going to be a unstoppable force, bro. Eligwe, Ikemi Eligwe has been on the bench for 3 years. Has not seen the field much at all. If any, he's seen special team snaps. A couple seasons ago, there it is. He's played a couple snaps here and there, but not too much. But with the departure of Reggie Ragland, who also left in free agency and signed a $50 million deal, I was not going to pay him $50 million, bro. You know, we decided to just go ahead and let Eligwe start for 1 year, and then see if we can develop a guy waiting in the wings. And I think we do have that guy in Chris Godwin here, Cedric Goodwin. He's a pretty solid guy. He's not developed quite yet, but he's still under contract for 2 years, and he can get there. You know, he does have clutch trait. High motor, bull rush, 94 stamina, 89 jump, and he's 6'2", 6'4". So that's pretty clutch. Can come in pretty handy in pass coverage, having almost 90 jump right there at 6'4". So there's that. Ramik Wilson is Ramik Wilson. He just makes a lot of plays for this defense, bro. Carl Bradford was slated to be the starter last year, but we brought in Brian Arakpo, who did end the season with 9 sacks. But Carl Bradford has, he's been a solid player for me, especially in the injury-ridden season of 2018. He racked up 6.5 sacks and a pick, so that's not bad. Now his backup is going to be our first overall pick this year, 32nd overall, Marshall Stevenson. Now, if I tell you that this guy is pretty much the spitting image of D Ford, whom, as a matter of fact, we can just go over to the Colts roster because there's a really quick transition here. I'm gonna go over to the Colts roster. We're gonna take a look at D Ford and his numbers and his first full season as a starter for me. Now he's only an 82 overall, right? Quick development. He's down to 84 speed now, which sucks. But if you take a look at his numbers, it looks eerily similar to our first round pick. Aside from our first round pick only has 78 agility, D Ford has 86. But let's take a look at these stats real quick, right? In my scheme, my defensive scheme, D Ford's first year as a starter, bro, 23 sacks. My guy, 23 sacks is my right outside linebacker. And I believe that won him Defensive Player of the Year. No, I made him the Pro Bowl. But yeah, 23 sacks. And that was opposite Justin Houston. So that was a nice little tandem there. I believe Houston had above 15 sacks that season as well, even though he was injured. But yeah, 23 sacks, bro. If I can get this rookie to perform anywhere near that level in year one, it's going to be a long day for this league, man. Well, a long season for this league, because that was the year when I actually won 7 games in a row, and finished the season 11-5. And I thought I had a chance of making the playoffs, but it just wasn't in the cards, man. But like I said, bro, we're working on getting him there. He's obviously going to be a focused player. 6'4", 250 pounds, just about. 87 stamina. You know, he's going to be that guy. He is going to be that guy. It's going to take a little bit of time. Just like D Ford, he wasn't a starter for first season that he was with the team. But yeah, our pride and joy here, Jarvis Swilling. This was our first pick in this league, and he turned out to be a phenomenal player. Now, when I drafted him, let's just go here. I'll try to get to the award. So we picked him at 21st overall. We picked him because he was a 6'2", 211-pound safety, and you know we had plans to move on from Eric Berry, but we wound up re-signing him because when we drafted LaJarvis Swilling, he was slow development, and I had no intentions on developing a slow development guy because I've never done it. You know, I've never developed a slow development player. Now, I mean, you just got a little glimpse at his stats right there, but let me just show you how this all went down, right? So, his rookie season, Ron Parker was a starting free safety. And the way I run my defense, I don't use my third cornerback as nickel. I kind of use my safety as nickel. So Ron Parker fit that bill perfectly. You know, he was basically a corner playing safety. He could play man in zone. You know, he was pretty decently athletic. And Ron Parker manned that nickel spot when I went to nickel, and then LaJarvis Swilling would come in and play free safety. Now, at slow development, he didn't have the greatest rookie season. You know, so it was nothing really out the norm. You know, like he was just a guy. You know what I mean? He was just a guy. And then at the end of the season, you know, we go 11-5 and miss the playoffs. And we're basically clean the house and trying to rebuild, you know, because we knew we had another decently high pick, and we wanted to go in another direction as far as having all these veterans on the team. It just wasn't working out. We needed to get younger, get faster, blah 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 blah. So we decided to start LaJarvis Swilling at the start of the season, and it was a really good investment because what happens, as you can see right here on the screen, bro, 81 tackles, 8 TFLs, 2 sacks, 13 picks, 10 pass deflections, 2 fumble recoveries, and a touchdown. Now, in any real NFL league, this is MVP candidate all over it, right? But he's not an MVP candidate. He wasn't even top 5, to be honest, for the AFC. But he did make the Pro Bowl, which is pretty dope. Now, let's go ahead and get to another screen here because, like I said, he was slow development. As you can see on the screen, he's quick right now. So we actually had a situation where, you know, we had been balling out all season with this young man. And I had made a post and I was like, bro, is he going to go, if he makes the Pro Bowl, does he go straight from straight from slow development to quick? Or does he go from slow to normal? everybody was saying, oh, it just gets bumped up one and blah 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 blah. I was like, oh damn, that kind of sucks. But what happens here? If it's still here, though, that'd be pretty dope. All right, so I think it was week 16. Week 16, which is insane. Um, or is it here? No, 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 no. All right, so it's definitely week 16. Week 16. I forget what team I was playing against, but the motherfucker threw him 4 picks. 3 of them were users. Threw 4 picks in week 16, and that got him defensive player of the week, which in turn got him freaking normal development. I was like, yo, damn, that's crazy, that's dope. So he got normal development, and then I looked at the stats. I'm like, holy shit, bro, the man has fucking 11 interceptions or 12 interceptions on the season. I was like, bro, he's gonna get the Pro Bowl, and that's gonna be quick development. Like that's 32,000 off rip. So when I saw, I was like, bro, like he literally just went from slow development to quick development in a matter of 2 weeks. So week 16, you get the 4 interception game, get bumped up to normal development, and then right here, as you can clearly see, in the wild card round of the playoffs, he makes the Pro Bowl, gets the 32,000 XP. We immediately just upgrade awareness, zone, play rec, block shed, impact block, injury. Gatorade development goes up 2 points, bro. He's up to quick development at this point, man. It was so I felt so like accomplished because, like I said, he was slow development for 2 whole years, damn near, bro. Slow development. They go from slow to quick, and just that quick. You know what I mean? No pun intended, right there. But yeah, he gets a pick right here. Let's see. The wild card round we obviously did not play. Gets an interception right here in the divisional round of the playoffs. Does not get a pick in the conference championship, which was played against the Dolphins, but he does get another interception in the Super Bowl here. So that's 2 interceptions in the playoffs, which is pretty dope. And he had a sack as well. So there's that. Defensive Player of the Week, Super Bowl win, man. Nothing felt better than to upgrade this guy to quick and just see him ball out like that and literally become the face of this defense, man. Like it's him and Marcus Peters, obviously. Marcus Peters is a 99 overall at this point, bro. He was developed to be a 99 overall. Look at the numbers across the board. 97 man, zone, play, rec, press. I think he has 95 awareness, 96 awareness. So, yeah, everything about this man is elite, 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 besides his speed. But at 90 speed, you can still cover anybody with that 97 man and 97 zone. So, it is what it is. And the reason I stopped at 97 is because when the games start to matter and you get deeper into the season, you get to the playoffs, you get a +2 if your confidence is up high enough. So everything goes to 99. Everything goes to 99. So yeah, I don't need to go past 97. I think I'm pretty good with that. Now on the other side, we do have Terrence Mitchell, who's he's an off coverage corner, but he does have 90 man and 90 zone, 95 agility, which comes in really really handy on those pesky little C routes that he just tends to pick all the time. When we can pick it out. But yeah, Eric Berry unfortunately has regressed. 85 speed, 84 acceleration, but he's still a top tier player at 96 overall, 94 zone, 93 pursuit, 95 play rec. So don't sleep on that man. Guy we did bring in here as a rookie. He's listed as cornerback. I'm still debating whether I want to play him at corner or safety. I'm leaning more towards safety, just because he does have 77 pursuit, 76 hit power, 72 tackle. Solid safety numbers to be playing free safety. So, in the wake of Eric Berry's retirement, we are developing his replacement right here with Amari Carter. 6'1", 203 pounds, 90 speed. By the time he's starting, which is predict us at least no earlier than next season. By the time he's starting, he should be up to snuff with his coverage skills and all that good stuff. Last year's rookie, drafted so late. I believe it was a 5th round, maybe 7th. Let's see here. 6th round pick, 20th overall. As you can see his numbers right here, bro. He did start out the season getting a lot of playing time, but we did bring in another safety to take his place because he was missing a couple plays. But he does have 2 interceptions and 48 tackles in his rookie season, 3 pass deflections. All pretty solid stuff, especially being a 6th round pick. but he's definitely a big part of this defense at this point. Because with the regression to Eric Berry, you know, this guy will come in and he will get a lot of snaps on this defense, especially in subsets like nickel and dime. So obvious passing situations, you don't want to have 85 speed on the field getting burnt. But yeah, we also have another guy that we are developing as well. The DeMarcus Rison, 91 speed, only 84 agility, but he does have 84 zone off rip, and he's only 21 years old. 76 press, 68 tackles, 70 pursuit is low, 57 hit power is low, but you know he's got potential, definitely got potential. And last year's surprise player, man, Terrence Mitchell got injured, I think, in week 15, and I had to insert a rookie in there to play. And PJ Potter came to ball, bro. 6'1", 192-pound cornerback. He was the only guy on the team that actually had decent agility with 87, 89 jump. He's pretty solid. He's pretty average across the board. But the fact that he balled out for me the way he did, bro, like, man. I'm pretty sure he has interceptions in the playoffs. So he has 19 tackles, a TFL. He had a pick in the regular season, 3 pass deflections, bro. You cannot ask for more from a guy that's really not projected to play. He was third-round pick. You know, he was not really projected to play that much this season. Oh, well, last season. Let's go back in here and look at his card. I do want to see what he did in the playoffs here. Let's see. We can get down here. All right, so week 17, he had 5 tackles. Wild card did not play. Divisional round looks like he had an interception, so that's pretty dope. Pass deflection, a tackle for loss, 3 tackles, and a pick. That's a pretty solid stat line for a guy that did not play until week 15. And the conference championship, 4 passes defensed, bro. That's pretty damn dope, man. You can defend 4 passes with the playoff, with the trip to the Super Bowl on the line. That's pretty damn crazy, if you ask me. Allowed 0 catches, 4 pass defense, 62 downs played. It's pretty dope. In the Super Bowl, only had 2 tackles, but you know, really didn't have to do too much, man. 2 tackles, you know, got a Super Bowl dub, bro. Like that's all that really matters. Obviously, we did not play preseason here, so you know it is what it is there. But yeah, he's a solid guy. He is cornerback number 3. So when we do go to dime, some dime sets, dollar sets, he will get some playing time. But you know, it's pretty rare. But yeah. For the most part, bro, that's the team, man. Oh, I did not go over D-line. So, Tano Passanio is going to be our starter at left end. I know he's still listed as right outside linebacker, but fuck it. We did just pick up Carl Nassib out of free agency, so he will be getting some playing time here and there, just depending on what I need him to do and how he plays, because I have not played with him yet. DJ Reader is going to be our nose tackle. He's 6'3", 335 pounds. You just definitely need somebody with girth on the inside to play D tackle in the 3-4 defense. So there's that. He's got the high motor and bull rush, and then the prized possession of the D line is Chris Jones. 90 block shed, 92 power move, 85 acceleration. This guy's a monster. Does not have the gaudiest of stats, but he is effective as an interior pass rusher, getting 5 and 6 sacks a season. 17 TFLs last year, bro. That is key. That is key. 17 TFLs, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, bro. I'm out of here. I knew it was going to run long. That's why I decided to go live. I knew it wasn't going to be covered in 15 minutes. But yeah, that's it for me, man. Love, peace, and Harry, and I'm out.